So unless you've been living under a rock, I'm sure you've all heard about the Renee Good shooting. And the leftist rhetoric machine is firing at all cylinders, trying to justify her actions and make the action of the ICE officer seem like it's a great travesty that this woman who fully accelerated into an officer of the law, suffered the consequences of her own actions and was killed for it.
This is the glove compartment of Renee Good. 37-year-old mom, 3 kids. She wasn't a terrorist. She wasn't a criminal. She was a mom.
I think it's very important to notice the game that's being played here. It becomes no longer about what she did or what happened in the scenario that led to her death. It becomes who she was and, what bits of emotional connection you can have to this person. Because I'm sure that the liberal white women that saw this were like, oh my God, she was a mother and they killed her. But in reality, it removes her actual actions away from what happened, of her causing her own death, of her trying to kill an ICE officer. And as you can see on the screen right now, it is sort of playing the same game where it's sort of a classic liberal move. It no longer becomes the action of the person, but their words. It doesn't matter what he said after. It doesn't matter what she said before. And as you can see another tweet on the screen, it's the same thing. They're removing the crucial moment that caused this whole thing, and they're trying to paint it in this light to evoke something in you, to evoke the emotion that she was just this kind, caring woman. She was just a mom. She was just there to help helpless immigrants, which removes her actions, removes what actually happened in order to get you feeling a certain way.
Renee Good! Renee Good! Renee Good!
And then, like lambs to the slaughter, the liberals go into a church protesting. They're all hyped up on a false reality that's been sold to them of this woman who they think is just like them, who was slaughtered by a mean ICE agent, which doesn't even almost represent reality.
Shame on you! Where are you? Where are you? Where are you? Where are your people? Why are you not at Whipple every day fighting for the humanity, standing for our people? Where are you?
And this is what has created such a divide in our country, is the propaganda, is the rhetoric. It's for these people, like what he's saying, like, why aren't you protesting every day for our people? Like, they think that we're in 1940s Germany and that Somalis are being, slaughtered. It's again, these people are not within reality. And as the famous saying goes, you can ignore reality, but you cannot ignore the consequences of ignoring reality. And as you can see, a couple of people from this protest have now been arrested under I believe it's called the FACE Act, or it might just be FACE. Basically, if you try to obstruct somebody from practicing their religion or intimidate them or whatever, you can then be charged. And somebody who is trying to avoid charges is Don Lemon, a man who was there, who was in the church. He's now being like, oh, I was just a journalist. Like, you can't arrest journalists. I had no idea. I didn't organize the thing. He's trying to escape the consequences that his rhetoric and his reporting has given to other people. Other people of this thing, as I just showed, have been arrested. He's trying to avoid that himself, because he can't befall the consequences of his own words and of his own actions. And I think what Don Lemon is doing is him avoiding accountability, really symbolizes the whole point that I'm making with this video. People like Renee, people that got arrested, they are paying the price for the liberal propaganda, for the mind virus that these anchors, that these YouTubers, these TikTokers are pushing. The people that are maybe not as high up on you as you on the IQ level, the people on, you say the sheep level or whatever, they are the ones that pay. The ones that have so much empathy, it's going to kill them and it has. They are the ones who pay for your rhetoric. And this goes even for both sides. If you push people to a point where they believe they're in a fascist government, if you push people to a point where they believe there's no other option than to take down the government, or to take it back way months away, to kill a famous podcaster or right-wing, star, if they believe there's no other choice than to put themselves in the way of something, then they are going to do that. They are going to put themselves in the way. There's people that are crazy enough that they are going to kill themselves over this. And then it's just going to fuel the fire more. People crave martyrs. Another video I've seen recently, a girl made a love letter, not a love letter, a girl made a letter to her mom because she was going to an ICE protest, and then she was like, there's a chance I never see my mom again, and so I just want to say, like, you just want to be a martyr. And it just repeats a cycle of of death in liberal propaganda. Alright guys, that's the video. Thank you for watching. I went a bit of a hiatus there. I don't know, I just had some stuff come up. But, all the stuff in the news, I was like, I have to talk about this. I have to make a video because it's super important. And I've been living my whole life, being, as any American, influenced by, the fruits of liberalism. So yeah, thank you for watching, and hope you enjoyed.